The dawn over La Plata burned gold. It was not the gentle light of morning, but the fierce glow of freedom being born. In that trembling hour, as the drums of revolution echoed through Buenos Aires, two hands reached out across the smoke, one of a soldier, one of a farmer, and met in a clasp that would change a nation. Above them, the sun of May tore through the mist, its face radiant with fire and promise. The light fell upon a pole crowned with a red cap, the cap of liberty, symbol of the will that no king could bind. The drums grew louder, the crowd roared, and from the rising sun to the clasped hands, a new Argentina began to breathe. The air shimmered with dust and destiny. Flags were yet to be sown, constitutions yet to be written, but the people already had a soul, drawn not in words, but in symbols: the handshake, the cap, and the sun. Together, they told a prophecy that unity, liberty, and renewal would forever bind this land between the Pampas and the Andes. As the city awoke to its first taste of independence, one question lingered in the golden air. How did a simple emblem of two hands, a cap, and a sun become the eternal heart of Argentina? Before the emblem, there was a storm. In May 1810, the skies over Buenos Aires were heavy with thunder, not of weather, but of history. Beneath the colonial balconies, the people gathered in the Plaza de la Victoria, shouting not for bread, but for destiny. The viceroy's flag trembled, the empire's seal cracked, and in the heart of that tempest, Argentina took its first breath of freedom. But a nation newly born needs a face. As the first junta rose from revolution, the leaders knew that words were fleeting. Only symbols could last. So they turned to the spirit of Rome, of liberty, of brotherhood. From the ink and imagination of patriots, a vision began to form. Two hands clasped, the eternal gesture of unity. Above them, a pike crowned with the red Phrygian cap, the same worn by freed slaves of antiquity. And behind them all, the sun of May, blazing over the horizon like the smile of a newborn world. This was not mere design. It was a prayer in form, a declaration in color. The blue and white of the sky mirrored the flag of independence. The sun echoed the ancient Inti, god of the Andes, and the cap whispered of Paris, of liberty, of humanity reborn. In it lived the convergence of continents and centuries, Europe's enlightenment and America's awakening, fused into one symbol of defiance and hope. When the Assembly of 1813 gathered, that sacred moment when the old empire's chains were publicly broken, the emblem was unveiled. Its meaning struck the air like thunder, the hands of equality, the cap of liberty, the sun of renewal. Witnesses wrote that when the seal was first pressed into wax, it shone as if alive, the two hands glowing like flame beneath the rising sun. From that day forward, the coat of arms of Argentina ceased to be an image. It became faith. The emblem had barely been born when it was baptized in fire. Freedom, once proclaimed, demanded blood to prove it. Between 1813 and 1820, Argentina trembled in its infancy, torn between dreams of unity and the storms of civil war. The emblem that once shone over the assembly now fluttered above battlefields, carried by soldiers who could not yet agree on what freedom meant. In the mud of Tucumán, in the dust of Salta, banners bearing the handshake and the rising sun were raised high, sometimes facing foreign invaders, sometimes brothers turned enemies. The cap of liberty tilted, stained by rain and gunpowder, yet it never fell. For each soldier who died beneath it, another lifted it higher. As the decades passed, the coat of arms became more than a seal of state. It became a battlefield of meanings. To the Unitarians, it represented civilization, law, and progress. To the Federalists, it was the people's will, the heartbeat of the provinces. Through generals and poets, through betrayals and revolutions, its image was redrawn, reshaped, repainted, but never erased. There is an old tale from the Wars of Independence. A weary standard-bearer, wounded and alone, was found still clutching the flag with both hands. When asked why he had not let go, he whispered, "Because they are the hands of Argentina, and they must never part." Even as Juan Manuel de Rosas ruled with iron, he kept the emblem, though he darkened its tones, surrounding it with laurels and power. When the Civil War subsided and the Republic rose anew, the same symbol reemerged, brighter, purer, cleansed by the tears of a generation. Each time Argentina fell into division, the emblem endured as a silent witness. The handshake that once united revolutionaries now called for reconciliation. The sun that once rose over independence now demanded justice. By the late 19th century, when the nation found its footing and raised its flag before the world, the coat of arms had become something deeper than politics, a testament of endurance. The hands no longer belonged to parties, but to people. The cap no longer symbolized revolt, but dignity hard-won. And the sun, ever burning, had seen Argentina rise again. The emblem had survived wars, tyranny, and time itself. And in surviving, it had transformed. Every symbol is a living architecture of meaning, a temple built in color and form. The coat of arms of Argentina, simple yet profound, is not a decoration. It is a philosophy drawn in light. Each detail speaks the language of freedom, unity, and rebirth, the trinity that defines a nation born from revolution. The oval, the womb of a nation. Unlike the sharp shields of European heraldry, Argentina's coat of arms begins with an oval, soft, and eternal, a form without corners, like the horizon of the Pampas. The oval is the cosmic egg, symbol of continuity and rebirth. It holds within it two halves, the blue of sky, the white of dawn, echoing the flag, echoing hope. In this shape, the nation declares, "We are one world, one people, one circle, unbroken. The two hands, the covenant of equals." At the center, two hands joined, strong yet humble. They are not the grip of conquest, but the clasp of agreement, of trust. They represent the meeting of provinces, the unity of classes, the pact of blood between those who fought for May's freedom. In Christian imagery, it recalls reconciliation. In political symbolism, it embodies the contract of the Republic. It is the gesture that whispers, "We will not be subjects. We will be partners." The pike and the cap, the axis of liberty. Rising from the joined hands is a pike, a weapon transformed into a pillar. On its tip rests the Phrygian cap, scarlet red, the ancient hat of freed slaves in Rome, worn again by revolutionaries in Paris, and now reborn under the southern sun. Here it glows as the flame of emancipation, its color of sacrifice tempered by light. The hands that hold the staff do not wield it to strike. They raise it as if carrying a torch for all to see. Together, pike and cap form a spine of freedom, the vertical axis where courage meets conscience. The son of May, the face of renewal. At the top of the oval blazes the son of May, its golden face human, serene, eternal. It recalls the Incan Inti, god of the Andes. It recalls the morning of May 25th, 1810, when revolution dawned and the clouds above Buenos Aires parted. Each of its 16 straight and 16 wavy rays is a pulse of life, half fire, half breath, symbolizing reason and emotion, heaven and earth, spirit and labor. In this sun, indigenous myth and enlightenment light fuse into one vision, the divine right of humanity to rise again. The colors, sky, blood, and light. The blue and white are not random. They are the Argentine sky itself, the colors of the Virgin and of liberation. The red cap burns at the center as the ember of passion. The golden sun crowns all as destiny's seal. Together, they form a spectrum of spirit, serenity, struggle, and transcendence. The hues of a nation that found purity through fire, the laurel wreath, the silent crown. Encircling the emblem is a crown of laurel, the reward of victory, the fragrance of immortality. It binds the oval like the embrace of history, reminding every citizen that freedom, once won, must be guarded. The wreath is tied with a blue and white ribbon, symbol of unity, a gentle knot that replaces the iron of chains. When viewed as a whole, the emblem is a meditation on transformation. The oval, life, the hands. Unity, the pike and cap. Liberty, the sun, renewal. The laurel, triumph. It is a cycle, birth, struggle, victory, remembrance, turning endlessly, like the seasons, like the heart of Argentina itself. The hands bind the will, the cap guards the flame, the sun remembers the dawn, and the light of May burns forever. A symbol is only alive when it breathes through its people. In Argentina, the coat of arms is not confined to marble halls or dusty archives. It walks among the living, shimmering in the pulse of everyday life. At dawn on May 25th, When the bells of Buenos Aires ring for the day of the revolution, banners ripple in the wind. The sun of May gleams across the sky and is mirrored on thousands of badges, flags, and medals. Children in white uniforms stand in school courtyards, their hands over their hearts, singing, Oíd mortales, el grito sagrado. Hear, O mortals, the sacred cry. Above them, the emblem watches silently, its hands forever clasped in unity. On football fields, the same blue and white stripes streak across jerseys. The sun of May burns above the crest of the national team. When Argentina steps onto the pitch, whether in Rosario, Cordoba, or the world stage, the roar of the crowd is not just for sport. It is for identity. Every goal feels like the sun breaking through history itself. In classrooms, children learn to draw the coat of arms with crayons. The handshake, the red cap, the golden sun. They don't yet grasp its history, but they feel its weight. A quiet pride passed down like a melody. Teachers tell them, this is not just a seal, it's who we are. In art and song, the emblem has been reborn 1,000 times. Painters have reimagined it in the fires of revolution. Poets have turned it into a metaphor for love, loss, and persistence. Even the tango, that dance of sorrow and survival, seems to echo the same heartbeat.
It is in the
Two hands joining beneath the eternal sun, the embrace of a people who have suffered, sung, and risen again. In rural towns, the emblem crowns the gates of municipal buildings. In Buenos Aires, it adorns passports, police badges, and coins that pass from hand to hand. The democratic touch of a shared destiny. Each coin carries the emblem's light. Each handshake repeats its gesture. For the old, it is the memory of liberation. For the young, it is the promise of belonging. Between them stretches an invisible thread woven by the same light that rose over the Plaza de la Victoria 2 centuries ago. In Argentina, the emblem is not a relic. It is the mirror of a nation still becoming, reflecting both what has been and what is yet to come. A sun that has never ceased to rise. As long as the people clasp hands beneath that sun, Argentina will keep dancing, proud, wounded, alive. Time has tempered Argentina's symbol, but has never dimmed it. 2 centuries have passed since the dawn of May, and yet the sun of May still burns, not only on paper and bronze, but in the spirit of a people who continue to wrestle with freedom, unity, and identity. In the 21st century, the emblem glows through contrasts between progress and poverty, memory and modernity, unity and division. Its colors ripple across the blue-white flag above the Casa Rosada, shimmer in street art beneath the bridges of Buenos Aires, and glint on the jerseys of footballers who carry their nation's dreams into the world. In politics, the emblem remains a seal of promise, stamped on laws, treaties, and ballots. But beyond the chambers of power, it lives in the quiet faith of citizens, those who still believe in the handshake that unites equals, not divides them. In art, it transforms endlessly. In murals, A radiant sun emerges from the tears of mothers of the Plaza de Mayo. In film, the cap of
Do
liberty
you see it?
is reborn
Yes,
as
abuelo.
the
Yes,
red
abuelo.
thread of resistance.
Yes, abuelo.
Artists reinterpret it, question it, and yet always return to it, as though to a compass that points not north, but inward. The emblem has survived dictatorships and crises, songs of triumph and silence of loss. It has watched the peso fall, the people rise, and the nation rewrite itself again and again. Each time Argentina faltered, the emblem stood like a witness carved in light, reminding its people that liberty is not a gift, but a task, renewed with every generation. Today, children learn its form before they learn their history. They draw the hands before they can define unity. They color the sun before they understand faith. And perhaps that is how nations endure, when symbols teach what words cannot. The coat of arms of Argentina is no longer only the mark of a republic. It is the heartbeat
look
of
at
its
that
story,
one.
a mirror that
It
reflects
reminds me of
both
the
glory
stories in this
and
book.
grief, both dream and doubt. It reminds the world that even in imperfection, hope remains radiant. As evening falls over Buenos Aires, the last light of the
Buenos
sun
Aires.
touches the river,
Cada pared
and the
cuenta una
gold of the
historia.
emblem
El tiempo
shimmers
pasa,
once
pero
more.
el arte permanece.
The same rays that rose over the Plaza de la Victoria in 1810 now blaze upon a new century. Different, yet familiar. As long as the sun of May shines, Argentina will remember that freedom is not an end, but a flame